So this is my time. This is my time to speak to a person, to tell you that things are happening in this world, and they have happened for a long time, and this is still happening up to date. And some individuals doesn't understand the genesis, the exegesis of those things zenye zina happen around kwetu tu, hapo around kwako, hapo around the country, vitu zinaendelea ku happen. Actually, just to bypass, allow me bypass on this point. Mbona watu msiandamanie wachawi? By the way, hii kitu nimerudia for long time. I don't know if you people believe kwamba kuna wachawi. Like, wachawi wako. Witchcrafts iko. Sijui mbona gava always put out. Gava siko na power. Mbona isimalizange uganga? Because actually most people rural urban migration is very high. Local urban migration is very high. I'm talking to my native people, my country mates, Kenyan people. Watu wana travel from home to town ni wengi sana. Ukiuliza mbona wana travel, ni kwa sababu si wachawi, na wengine hata ni wachawi wanakuja kuroga wengine Nairobi. Very serious. Is there, it has been there, and we don't know what to do. I want you to ask your neighbor why he or she is living in Nairobi. Why he or she is living in the town kwenye ako. Muulize mbona wewe ulitokanga kwenu. You will realize fitina. Yeah. People with the very strong mouth, sharp mouth, talking, killing other people's morale. Akiona unanunua tu gari, maneno, baka nahakikisha amekuharibia CV, wewe ni Illuminati. You see, nikiona wewe una complain juu ya gava, na kiukweli kabisa things which have led into this economic kuwa ngumu ni wachawi, we need to revise some things which are very serious. For instance, this is the boss of change and transformation. Welcome to the channel, and right now I'm going to talk to you about the organizations in Kenya, in Africa, in the world, which have the same similarities, which have commonness in the way they operate, in the way they lead, in the way they are. Yeah, it might have a different name, different ways, but when you look at it, it almost plays the same role. You see, same doctrine, same setup. They are all systems. For instance, come here. We have church system. Church system. We have government system. We have education system, cultural system, cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, government beliefs, operation, educational. Yeah. So what is a church? A church is a building. Yeah. So a building where people go to worship. A church, a religion is a set of doctrine, laws that govern a certain belief system. That's according to me. You can have yours. It's a set of belief, set of doctrine, set of laws which are governing a certain belief, governing a certain church, governing a certain religious beliefs. You see, and now this doctrine is governing the people who are coming to that church. If I'm talking about the church, if it is Muslims, yeah, there are also religious beliefs. They have their own religious beliefs, their own religious doctrines. Yeah, they read Quran and they are following Quran to the letter, to the brim. Christians, you got to know the Bible. Yeah. And after knowing the Bible, the church doctrine now, that in our church we don't do this. In our church we don't sing like this. In our church we don't do like this. You see, why do you say we don't do like this, like that, like that? Because there is a set of doctrine, set of laws which is governing your organization. And these doctrines, this set of beliefs, they have their own leaders. There's some people who are on top of those laws. They have to change when they want, tighten when they want, loosen when they want, and they keep on moving. Churches began from somewhere. A government system started from somewhere. When I say government system, so nikiongea kuhusu religious churches, I see there's a doctrine, there is a leadership, there is praise and worship, there is a mzee kanisa, there's that shehe, my mom. You see, there's all that. There's a hierarchy of leadership which is governing such kind of a certain organization. Yeah, there is a set of doctrine which is leading this religious or this church. So those beliefs must be followed to the letter. If you don't abide by Ezekiel, I saw Ezekiel's church. I'm sorry to say this on camera. He sent a certain lady away from church. You can't wear like this and be here. And there's some churches, when you wear like that, they want you more. Yeah? But according to Ezekiel's doctrine, he says, no, I cannot accept a man who is wearing this kind of trouser. I don't allow a lady who is wearing this kind of dress. You see, and that is it. You see, so it has certain setup. It has a certain setup. There's a certain way it is running, which you remember. You go to church, preached, go home. You don't know what is going on behind the curtains. You don't know the roots where it began, why it is running this way, and where it is leading you. Because a pastor will be telling you, nakupa nyota. Yeah? Mwingine atakuja kuambia, I'm breaking the altars. Yeah? Mwingine atakuja anakuambia, we only believe in God. Mwingine atakuja anakuambia, this is the way to go to heaven. If you give, then heaven is yours. Mwingine atakuja kuambia, if you follow the 10 commandments, you have a guarantee. You have a chance in heaven. Mwingine anakuambia, if you speak in tongues, those are the people who are connected to God. Yeah, there's a lot you can, when you go to these churches, there's a lot you can learn from there. And that's why I called every church, every of these religious beliefs, I can classify them under cults. Yeah, because there is a leader. Pentecostal churches has somebody who began it. And if it is in Kenya, for example, let me use apostolic churches. For example, apostolic churches in Kenya has an overseer who can fire a pastor or who can give a pastor a mandate. And a pastor should not preach his own words. You have to preach according to our doctrine, according to our constitution. You see, there is an overseer. There is somebody who gives directions. You see, they're all cults. Yeah, SDA churches, they have somewhere where they come from. Catholic churches, they have. If Pope has not given directives, the verse that is supposed to be read this coming Sunday, then you will not read. Maybe you will have some sort of songs. Maybe a father prays, and a father cannot pray if the prayers have not been directed from the above. You see, so if he has to pray, then he has to go to Lord's prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. He has to, maybe those are the only prayers. But everything must be directed from above. You see? And then That is it. So how is it relating to government? You see, now government has a governor, has a president, has a vice president, ministries, MCAs, the chiefs, the DOs, all the leadership, the MPs, all the way. For example, if you want to build a road in your local town, money is dispersed from the government, the president from the bunge, and then there is a sign from the president, then from the president maybe to all the way Ministry of Roads. You see how? Ministry of Roads, and then Ministry of Roads maybe to the governor, then from the governor to the MP, from MP to MCA, from MCA to to whoever who took contract. Yeah. So by the time money gets to the ground, from the government, an employee is paid 1,000, for example. So when it moves to the ministry, an employee is paid 800. From ministry to the governor, an employee is paid 700. From governor to MP, an employee is paid 500. Now, to whoever took the contract, an employee is paid 400. That's how it works. You see, government system. Now, if you want to be the president, there's some processes there's some things you need to have for you to get into president. Same case, if you want to be a bishop, there's some other degrees, doctor, philosophy, phil, yeah? There's a professor, and there's this sir, bishop, Otieno. There's some things that you need to have for you to have those very top titles in here. The same case in the government. You need to. And then now, in this country, we have a constitution. In the church, we have a constitution. Yeah, we have a doctrine that we have to follow. So they have similarities. Now, education system. Yeah? Education system. When I say education system, you need to come all the way from the systems I talked about, the KIE system, the 844 system, the CBC system. Okay, now you need to come all the way from nursery, or maybe PP1 or PP2, to primary, to junior secondary, to senior secondary, to university, to philosophy. Go do research, be a doctor, be a philosopher, be a professor, and all that. There is a process you need to undergo, you see. And now the education tells you, if you study this, then you be this. And now, as it is in churches, pastor tells you God is doing. Yeah? Just in churches, pastor says, don't worry, God is in charge. The same case, the government tells you, we are going to work on that. We are those cartels are on our jaws. We are going to chew them to ashes. And the citizens say, oh yeah, it's a system, you see. And this system works in a unique way that you cannot understand. It is actually working extraordinarily that is very hard for you to understand. You see, sir, so education system also tells you, if you are not learned, then you are not successful in life. Education is very busy. Teachers are in class, are telling you, brother, sister, if you don't attain these credentials in your education, you are such a stupid person. You are unworthy. You cannot make it in life. And then now, ironically, somebody who didn't go to school or who stopped his schooling at primary level is owning companies. Now we ask yourself question, what happened? This person is not learned. How comes he owns companies? the system. Now, when you go to culture, setup, culture tells you now a child is born. When a child is born, there is something that it must be done for him or her to belong to a certain culture. You see, you belong to a certain culture. What identifies you that you are coming from a certain culture? Number one, language. Yeah? Number one, language. Number two, name. Yeah? Number three, accent. You can call it accent. They identifies you where you come from. Yeah. There's a way you were trained when you were young in your culture, that you have to behave like this. You have to talk like this. You don't speak when your mama or your papa is speaking. Yeah? There's a culture that tells you that. When you reach a certain age, you have to get married. There's a culture. Yeah? When you are a lady, you have to do what? You have to be circumcised. A man at this age, you got to get married and you have to be circumcised. You see, there is age set, there is age group. Yeah, a man is supposed to be taught by if it's your boy, you are supposed to receive education from your papa. And a girl, be close to your mama and receive education from your mama. That is cultural. It has a lot of, and some cultures has a certain way of believing. You see, there's a certain belief that they have. You see, like maybe certain cultures, they know if you, for example, some culture says if a man sleeps with if a father sleeps with his daughter, they have to do a sacrifice. The sacrifice that must be given, must be done. A kondoo lazima ichinjwe, and then this man must sleep with this daughter again. They have a certain way. You have to sleep with their daughter again for you to be set free, and it must be done if you want your daughter to go get married and have children. See, some cultures say that, yeah, and some cultures says if you want to get married, like from Western, somebody told me, if you want to be married, you have to be naked at night, carry kifaranga, you see, carry a kifaranga, go to a certain house and dance. You see, if you don't do that, you are not going to get married. And it is true, some people are not married because of such kind of beliefs. You see, so every of these, they have almost the same similarities. A system that is actively working. You see, now, how do you go over these and succeed? Because church will tell you, don't worry, don't even work hard. God is going to do it. You see, you go sleep. God is going to do it. Yeah. And he tell us, when you pray, you have to close your eyes. It is a culture of the church. Same case with this, the government. If you want to be an MP, there's some credentials you have to submit. Yeah? There's a oath you have to take. You want to be a cultural leader. Yeah? You have to take a certain oath. You have to this education. There is something that you must attain for you to be here. All these things have their own way they operate. And they almost relate. Why do I bring you this? Listen. Church, that's the religious beliefs. Government, education, culture are keeping this generation poor. There's no truth here. No truth. This one was started by somebody. Yeah, I'm talking about church. Church was started by somebody. They had their own intention. You see, the Bible was written by somebody. Yeah, there's information in the Bible which was written by somebody, which we don't believe that nowadays we have people who are also chosen by God, and who are speaking in tongues, who speaks with God, who can write a book, who can change. Most if you ask so many people currently, what do you think has changed your life? Yeah, anakwambia my experience first of all. The second thing, I really concentrated on working on this idea, and it has really changed my life. Yeah, genuinely I decided to create a board like this, and I've been concentrating in creating it, and it has changed my life. A small percentage you find have been transformed by church. Yeah, the same case with the government. This one has about 30% role that it plays in your life. That is religion. 30%. What about the government? Government. Looting. The good mind. Thieves of the good mind. You know, the government is a good stuff, yeah? But once you get there, you are told there's no truth here. So if you want to speak the truth, go somewhere else and speak the truth. That's why nowadays, you know, they just argue, they abuse, they just do anything there, because at the end of the day, they know what is behind every curtain, everything they do. Yeah. You see Raila making noise. He says, wewe tutakutoa hapo. Wewe utuwezi. Anaongea. And finally unaona, anamobilize tena watu. Wanamfuata, alafu wanampeleka. Unaona? Wanampeana kwa Ruto. Ruto naye anampokea, anamwambia, vipi brother? Naona kazi unafanya huko iko sawa bana. Naona watu wenyewe hawajatambua hii kitu. Endelea tu kwa keep busy hivyo tukiongoza bwana. Watu yeah, you are following Raila. Yeah. And Raila anafika huko, anaambiwa, brother, have a seat. Yeah, have a seat. Let's take some tea. What's up? Unaona tufanye aje so that we can keep this game endelee kukua sweet. What can we do? Alafu nasema lazima tunatetea baba. Alafu unaona anatoka naongei, akitoka huko ndani kwa chai. Kwa mpola anatulia. Yeah, relax. Baadaye government system inakukipa hapo, ukicomplain, kikwambia kazi itakuja, itakuemploy, taxes ndio hizo zinaenda hivyo, mpaka kijana mwenye ulikuwa na akili mzuri, ulikuwa unataka kufanya kazi kuendeleza inchi, unapata akili imepotea because life expectancy imekuwa mbaya, and then you want to grow, utagrow ukienda wapi? Biashara kuanzisha lazima upitie process nyingi za uongo hapa, udanganywe, ukuliwe pesa. By the time unasimama lazima pia uanze kudanganya. Sijui kama unanipata. Government system, education system itakwambia kwamba kazi iko. Liars, they're full of lies. Government system itakwambia kwamba kazi iko. Wewe soma upate grade mzuri, kazi iko. Unafika huko after kusoma unatoka, papers zako ndio hizo, hendana unasema yeah. Sasa alafu anakuandikia unafaa kupata 200,000. Yeah? 200,000 mshahara wanakuandikia pale, na unasema yeah, nafaa kupokea 200,000. Si ndio? Unafika huko unapata hakuna 200,000, unarudi unakilia. Culture nakwambia usivae hivi, is against our culture. Usiongeange hivi, is against our culture. Kazi yao ugrow, wana kazi yao ni ugrow, yeah? And to make you stupid. Yeah, stupid. Yani wanakuambia sisi hatufanyi hivi, sisi hatuongeangi hivi, sisi tunakaaga hivi. Alafu unajua ukijaribu kuinuka hivi wanakuambia wewe kijana tunakuona sana, wewe kijana tunakuona sana. Unaendelea kuonywa. Siasa zikikuja, culture nakwambia lazima utetee culture yako. Unainua kisu, unanyonga watu wengine. Wananyonga na unafurahi sana. Tumetetea nini? Culture yetu. Listen, all these things are blinding you. These things are blinding you. You are becoming blind of yourself. That's why when you see me here, I'm trying to tell you. I will not give details on this because you already know. I'm just trying to brush through over. Ndio uweze kuelewa kwamba kuna vile vitu zingine zinatuweka busy hapa chini bila kujua ukweli. Unaambiwa respect your mama and your papa. Papa na kuwest. Papa na kuweka karibu hapa na kubaya kila kitu, panties, nini. Mamaka anakuambia usiolewe na mwanaume kama huyu. Usiolewe na muluya. Usiolewe na mukale. Usioe mjaluo. Wanakuambia hivyo, kijana unagrow, msichana unagrow, unajipata kuna vitu okuwai experience in life, you see? So you need to have life skills. Life skills ni gani? Have a self-understanding motive. Start seeking understanding yourself. Once you understand yourself, you will see the light over this darkness. You will see the light over this government, education and other things. I'm not saying education is bad, but it has a role to play to blind you. That's why unatoka huko na kuja hapa kulia. So why should I keep quiet when I know utatoka huko kuja kulia? You got to be prepared. And the best thing that you can do to your life, for you to conquer other things, for you to flow. You see, if every person akinyamaza, I want you to imagine a little bit. John anyamaze as a pulse of change and transformation. Anyamaze because I'm busy working on myself. Mwingine pia pale ni comedy, mwingine huko ni sex, mwingine huko ni church. Who will tell you that these things are wrong? No one. That's why I am standing here and telling you the root of growth is self-understanding. Actually, when I say growth, I say sustainable. I mean sustainable growth. Simultaneous and steady growth. Kumaintain graph yake kuwa hapo juu kama youth, you need life skills. And the only place where you can find life skills is in Bosque Media. And I'm the boss of Change and Transformation. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.